Okay.
It's an honor to introduce the facilitator for this event. You never know when a life-changing event is going to happen. It was about 11 or 12 years ago. I was at a Auto Trader leadership meeting in South Atlanta, and we're about a day or two into the event. We have one speaker after another just coming up and talking about this, that, and the other thing. And then an unknown face, an unknown person steps to the front of the room, and with just two words, it totally captivated the audience and began changing lives from that point on. Lincoln stepped in front of the room and delivered a passionate hour that seemed like it just took moments, and just brought a new energy into that entire room, and brought a new energy into an organization. Lincoln has taken passion and he's taken it to another level. He's become synonymous. Passion has become synonymous with Lincoln. I've been fortunate enough to take or be involved in his passion workshop on multiple occasions. And I can tell you straight up that every time I leave a passion workshop, I have a new purpose, I have a new sense, a new motivation, and really just a stronger purpose. And that's what Lincoln brings out. In the next 5 weeks, you're going to be working with a talented, passionate facilitator who, if you play hard, will help bring out just another level to you. So with that, I want to introduce a man who just knows how to bring it, and he will bring it to serve you. Lincoln Cochran.
Thank you very much, Rob, and appreciate that. I'll send you the check. The check is in the mail.
No, I appreciate everything that you do for so many people, Lincoln. So thank you.
Thank you. I remember that speech. Actually, yesterday was the anniversary of that speech in 2008. And
yeah, I will leave it up to you if you wanted to utter those two words.
It was in actually San Francisco at a manager's meeting, and they asked me to talk on change. And then, part of the speech was things just don't happen.
No, that's not what you said.
Well, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I said, we live in a city where we drive around a lot. And have you ever been behind this car where there is like a bunch of bumper stickers, and it appears as if the bumper stickers are keeping the car together? Well, this particular day, I was driving behind this car in Atlanta traffic, and this guy had his bumper sticker, and it said, "Shit happens." So I told the people, not even that doesn't happen. You got to eat something first. You got to digest it. Then you got to have the urge, and you got to find the right place to put it down. And then it's a whole process. Things just don't happen. So Rob has labeled that speech the "shit happens" speech. And you know what? The coolest thing about that was the CEO and the president of the company and all the executives were in the meeting. You should have seen the face of my director. She went white. But the president and the CEO at the end, he ran up to the front of the room, gave me a big hug, and actually quoted me. So that's a very memorable time. So I see Megan. I see your logo, Megan, but I don't see your face, your lovely face.
I'm here.
Can we see you?
I'm here. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I can figure that out.
You can figure out anything, Megan. I know you. So anyway, what I like to do at this time is to give you some background. What I'm going to share with you is original. It's inspired. I know the exact time and the place where the seed was planted in my head. It was in Houston, Texas. I had just been relocated from Miami to Houston, promoted to a district sales manager, and I was running all of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. To give you a little background, that I've got a sales background, okay? I love sales. And a friend of mine, a coworker, invited me to a football game. the Houston Oilers were still playing in Houston. And guess who they were playing? The Miami Dolphins. And if you remember, Dan Marino was still throwing the football. And Joe comes in. Joe was the type of guy who hardly ever smiles. But this particular Monday, he walked into my office and he's got this big smile on his face. I said, Joe, wow, you must have had a great weekend. He said, yeah, man. I said, what happened? He said, it was my birthday. I said, and you did not invite me? He said, well, it was just a family get together. And then he put his hand in his shirt pocket and took out 2 tickets. I said, what are those? He said, Lincoln, somebody gave me 2 tickets for the game on Sunday. This was like Monday. I said, awesome, man, who are you going to take with you? His son at the time was Stephen, and he was 16 years old. I said, he's going to take Stephen. I said, awesome. Good father-son bonding time, and that was it for me. We go to lunch, Joe is talking about the game and how he's taking Stephen, and I'm thinking, it's okay, Joe, I'm happy with that. Tuesday, he's still smiling. Wednesday, he's still talking about the game. Thursday, Friday morning, he comes into my office, and he's not smiling. He's the old original Joe. And he's looking down. I said, what's wrong, buddy? He said, Lincoln, Stephen doesn't want to go to the game. I said, why? He said, well, he's got a date with his girlfriend. I said, well, you know something, Daddy? You cannot compete with a 16-year-old girl. You're going to lose. Mm-hmm. So who are you going to take to the game with you? He looked at me and he said, do you want to go? I said, let me think about it for a second. I said, wait a minute. And you guys who are married will know what I'm going to do. I picked up the phone and I called my wife, Vilma. And I said to her, hey, V, are we doing anything on Sunday evening after church? And my wife is a CPA, dot every I, cross every T kind of person. And you know what she's going to ask? Why? So I gave her the story and she said, sure, go ahead. Man, I was so happy. I had been to high school games and college, but I'd never been to a live professional football game. So we get there on Sunday. I could hardly sleep. Friday night, I'm excited. Saturday, all day. All I'm thinking is I'm going to the game. I'm going to see Dan Marino throw the football. Woo! You know? If you ask me what the preacher preached about on that Sunday, I have no idea. My mind was consumed. There he is, Dan Marino. That's his number. I have no idea. And we didn't set this up, okay? This just goes to show you the divine power. So we get to the game. Now, I'm from an island, Trinidad and Tobago, 75 miles north to south, 50 miles east to west. 1.2 million people is the population. I'm in a stadium, 80,000 people. There was not an empty seat. So you can imagine how excited all the band was playing. And by halftime, most of the people in the stadium was drunk. And those who were not drunk were still getting on their way to be getting drunk. And people were applauding. But the Miami Dolphins were kicking their butt. And then in the third quarter, they get a field goal. And they faked the field goal and scored a touchdown. And I was so excited. And I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but just in a second, all the sound went silent. And I can hear this voice in my head. And the voice is saying, talking to me, and the voice knew my name. And the voice said, Lincoln, look at you, man. I haven't seen you so excited and so passionate and so happy in a long time. Come tomorrow, Monday, where would all this joy and passion go? And by Tuesday or Wednesday, Lincoln, what if there was a way for you to bottle how you're feeling right now and apply it to what you do every day? And people, that's when the seed was planted in my head. And that was like around September 1998. Well, 95. It was not until 2001 that I took pen and put the paper and wrote what I'm going to share with you today. And I'm here to tell you, those people around here who know me will tell you I've written a lot. I've taught a lot of leadership development classes and developed a lot of workshops. I love it, I do it. But this particular workshop, it was effortless. The pen just flowed. I did not have, the only research I had to do was to find relevant Bible verses to back up what I'm going to share with you. So this, what I'm going to share with you, is divine. It's fresh, it's original, it's unique. And if you go to my website and you go to my lovely website that Chacha McGinnis and her team put together for me, and I'm going to tell you, if you ever need a website built or you know somebody who needs a website, call Chacha. They are awesome. So go and check it out, but go to the testimonials page and you will get an idea of what people have to say about what I do. And there are a couple of videos there too. Hey, Donna.
No, sorry, I was on a call.
No, that's all right. So that's some background on how this was developed. So you know it's original and it's inspired and it's not made up kind of deal. And it's practiced by many people over the years. Many people over the years, and you will see the testimony if you go there. So you all received the program. You all did your My Passion Meter. Everybody did it. It's okay if you didn't do it. You can always do it. But it's, you see, especially in sales, evaluation, testing ourselves, measuring is important to us. You know, I like to ask salespeople, what's your number? And they look at me, what do you mean, what's my number? I said, well, how many contacts do you have to make before you get to talk to somebody, to the decision maker? And then how many decision makers do you have to talk to before you close a sale? What's your number? And that number can change as you grow, as you get better. As you get better, it can grow. So similarly, your passion meter, what's your score? And only if you want to share your score, when we get to that point, you feel free to share your score, okay? So that being said, any questions? How are we doing so far? Are you guys excited?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm getting it. Okay, so let me share my screen, pull up this PowerPoint, share that. And, all right, and let me get rid of all the beautiful people so we can see the PowerPoint. It's not going away. Okay, so now, welcome to the Selling with Passion workshop, turning on the passion for life and for sales. First, stop sharing and go back to gallery view. Let's introduce ourselves. Tell us your name and what state you
I'm Larry Garza, and I'm in.
You live in. What's your greatest achievement so far? And what's your favorite TV station? And what's the main reason why you are here with us today? So 5 things. The state, your favorite TV show, your greatest achievement or most memorable achievement, and what's the reason? 4 things you're here. The reason why you're here today, why you decide to give up an hour of your time, actually 5 hours of your life to join me. And I'm a very chaotic kind of person. I don't like order. When I was teaching elementary school, it was important to have order, but we all are adults. I don't have to call on anybody. When you're ready, go. Just be mindful that we have a limited amount of time, so let's go. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no.
Go ahead, you first.
Sarah?
Yeah, I lost my screen, so I'm gonna try to.
We can see you and we can hear you.
You can see me. I can't figure it out. So while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna try to re-sign on the link and see if I can pull this back up.
Okay. Next.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm Larry Garza, and I'm in Houston, Texas. I don't think I have a favorite TV show. My greatest achievement is going to college, and the reason I'm here is because I've been following Lincoln stuff for forever, since my mom met him. And he sent me stuff when I was in places I didn't want to be, but he always corresponded with me, and he always sent me good stuff, you know. So I'll jump on that every chance I get.
Welcome, my friend. Welcome. You know, it's so nice to see somebody who you've known since they were like a teenager and growing up, and what an honor and a privilege. Welcome, Larry.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next?
Hello.
Clock is ticking.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sacha McGinnis. I am in Long Beach, California. My most memorable moment or greatest achievement, I would have to say, is being a business owner and being in a position to help small businesses to recover through all of the COVID madness that's going on. Regarding my favorite TV show or station, I'd have to say it's Lifetime. I'm one of those Lifetime fans. So why am I here? Because I have a great appreciation and just a love and passion for the things that I have learned through the years working with Lincoln, and I didn't want to miss this one. This is one course that I haven't taken with Lincoln. The last one I took with Lincoln was regarding emotional intelligence, which helped me to enhance my skills tremendously. So I said, this is one that I can't miss. So that's why I'm here.
Thank you, Chacho, and welcome. Good to have you with us. Okay,
Thank you.
next. All right.
I'll go.
Eric.
Eric Pojan here. I'm based in Colorado. I work for MD Tooling. I'm a regional sales manager. One of my greatest achievements is proposing to my wife in Hawaii about a year ago. That was a big moment for me and her. My favorite TV show right now is Money Heist. We're watching that. And then why am I here? One of my goals this year was to take a sales training course of some sort. And Sarah and I are counterparts, and she shared this opportunity. So I hopped on there, and looking forward to learning and continuing to grow my skill set.
Okay, Eric, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you.
Next.
I'll go next. I'm back. I can see you all again.
All right, Sarah.
My name is Sarah Weirman. I'm out of Burbank, California. Eric, I swear I'm not copying you. I was going to say my greatest achievement was marrying my husband also. It doesn't sound very original now. And a favorite TV show, you know what? For some reason, I've been so off TV lately that I can't even think of, I guess, most of my life it would have been Friends. It's just like classic and always the same type of funny. And what was, I'm here because I actually have a mutual friend, Harley from Coast Industrial, and he had recommended this to me, and I just thought it was a great opportunity, especially during this time, to just focus in on maybe reigniting love and passion for what we do and for sales. So.
All right, welcome. Yes, she is. This is my foster daughter, Megan. I've known this girl since she was a baby. Yeah. Tell us about you, Megan. We can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you, yeah.
Okay, I got two things going here. So,
All right.
I was gonna say my greatest achievement was figuring out Zoom, but maybe that's not good enough. So, I think it's maybe opening my own business. That's my greatest achievement. I am from Fort Lauderdale, and my other question was favorite TV show. I think I just like to watch like the Nature Channel. I don't know if that's a show, but and I joined because Lincoln has been in my life for a long time, and he's always trying to help me improve myself, and hopefully this will give me more passion for what I do. So thank you, Lincoln.
Welcome, Megan.
Thank you.
Diana, you're up. Oh, Alan. Alan, you and Donna can go while we're waiting on Diana.
I'm Donna Pate, and I'm from Dallas, Texas. My favorite TV show is Survivor. I would say my greatest greatest accomplishment would be raising my 3 sons. Mom. Why I'm here? Well, because he told me to, and also because I'm starting a new job, and I want to be able to use that in my future.
Okay, welcome, Donna.
I'm Alan Pate. I'm from Dallas, Texas as well. I'm a YouTuber, so those are my favorite TV shows, if you will. I like variety. My greatest achievement was my daughter, raising her as a single parent. Why am I here? Probably because in 2001, at the time Lincoln was preparing all this, I had just begun to recognize my passion in sales, but I didn't understand it. I didn't have the parameters of it, and I didn't know how to label it and what it was. So this is just going to extend that.
All right. All right, Diana.
Now I'm ready. I was also having problems with my mouse, so I couldn't take myself off of mute. Hi, my name is Diana Monick. I'm from Houston, Texas. I would say probably my greatest achievement is my son, Larry, who's also in the class today. And I am here because I've been in the credit card industry for 33 years, and I work with salespeople every single day. And one of the things I've noticed is during this time of COVID-19, there's a lot of fear. They're, not sure how to, what they need to do and how difficult it is to sell right now during this time. So my commitment to them is that I get so much out of this class that I can help them redefine their passion and find creative new ways of selling. So that's why I'm here.
All right, welcome, Diana. Diana and I worked at Retriever Payments for a couple of years, and we established a long-term relationship, and we've kept in touch, and we've all worked for different companies, but and you meet people, but there are certain people who you meet that you never forget, that you keep in touch with, and that is a blessing. That's a blessing. So let's get into this material. And all right, turning on the passion for life and sales. Now, do you believe, and we're a small group, so you can answer, do you believe that people who have a passion for what they do excel at what they do? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know anybody who do not want to excel in what they do?
No.
No. And me too, I have not met anybody who don't want to excel. But what happens is, it seems as if people let circumstances, they let other people get in the way, and then they start settling. I learned a lesson when we were at Auto Trader, one of the annual team, and I kept that. is taking it to the next level in all that you do. And this reminds me of my mom. One of the best, she told me a lot of things, but one of the best things she told me, I was about 18, 19 at the time. And she said to me, son, aim for the skies. Because if you aim for the skies and you miss, you're going to fall on the clouds. And that's a nice, soft, fluffy landing. If you aim for the clouds and you miss, you're going to fall on the mountaintops, and that's going to hurt you. It might break a bone or two. If you aim for the mountaintops and you miss, you're going to fall on the ground and you're going to die. And they're going to scrape you off the ground. And people, that was like a big awakening for me. So I've always aimed for the skies, to do my best, give my best in all that I do. But there are so many people who are settling. Take a look at this. So, you know, and it's a mindset. There's so many people who are settling for, okay, that's good enough, that will work. But not people who have a passion for what they do. I mean, look at the auto industry. Almost every year you hear about a recall. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of cars have been, because somebody shortchanged themselves. Somebody said, let it go. We don't have to fix that. Even Boeing, remember that Boeing computer glitch that killed crashed an entire flight? Somebody messed up. Somebody did not complete their job. Somebody said, that's okay, that will work. And they settled for okay. The thing about it is, people have a passion for what they do. We do not settle for okay. We always do our best. I'd like to just give you a sample of what some past participants have said about this workshop. Will somebody read that for me? Somebody in the room?
I liked the informal feel of the presentation. It was fun and interesting. It held my attention the entire time. It showed me how to be passionate about what I do and the effects on other people around me.
Thank you. The next one is one of my favorites. I like my job, but this will help me to love it. This will help me to love it. And somebody read this one for us.
Every step and action that was discussed can be used immediately. I feel a program like this can be very beneficial to any individual working on any level within a company.
And that is so true. Any individual, any level within the company, or in any organization, or in families, or in churches, anywhere you go, they can use this. And that's what makes it so unique and valuable. Now, get ready. I'm going to put a number on the screen. And I'm going to ask you to take a look at that number and then give me when you look at the number, what comes to mind? And feel free to share. What comes to mind when you see that number?
The amount of calls to get a deal.
The amount of calls to make a deal, okay? Anybody else? Are you running a blank on this number? What does this say to you?
I wait after Thanksgiving.
You wait after Thanksgiving. Oh. Anybody else?
That is my 4th grade room number. I don't know why, but it popped in my head.
Your what?
My 4th grade room number.
Oh, your 4th grade room number. Okay. Well, Sarah?
Oh, nothing comes to mind, actually.
Nothing comes to mind. Now, every time I do this exercise, this is the response I get. Do you know, friends, today, July 21st, 2020 is the 203rd day of the year. We have lived 202 and 3/4 days in this year. And isn't that what our life is? The time we have, the days that are given to us to live. And we just need to become more intentional and more focused about how we use and how we live this life. You know, life, time, and life is made up of moments. Every moment counts. I learned a lesson many, many years ago from a vice president of sales named Mike Smith. And he introduced a formula. He said, think about the WIN formula, W-I-N. What's important now? The past is gone. We can't do anything about the past. The future is coming. You have no idea what's going to happen. But you know what's happening now. Make the best of now. Live in the now. So I hope you wrote that down. W-I-N, what's important now? We are located a certain amount of moments. We don't know how many. Once it's gone, it's gone. So make the best of it. And I hope that you will make the best of these moments that we're going to share with one another tonight. So, as salespeople, I like to know, you're going to spend an hour with me tonight, and then you're going to spend 4 hours, 4 consecutive Tuesdays. What are your expectations? What would you like to get? And I'm taking notes. Okay, moments are going.
Figure out how to ignite the fire. What does that mean?
Ignite the fire. You want to learn more about igniting the fire. All right.
I would like to learn how to ignite the fire in some of my employees.
Donna. Yeah, how to get others to ignite the fire. Yeah. Okay.
I would say in general, motivation and inspiration just for my own work and day to day.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, find a passion for life again.
Okay. Thank you, Larry. Next.
Well, I've noticed that every day after working at home for a while, everything seems so mundane. So I'd like to ignite a passion in myself, and that I haven't had for a while, and be able to do the same thing with the sales groups that I manage.
All right. Thank you, Diana. Next.
So I would love to be able to learn more tools and ways to ignite passion in my staff, my team here, as well as in some of our clients, because our clients are suffering difficult times right now, and a lot of them are losing passion in their dreams and what they're doing. So it would be nice to pick up some tools that we can help share with our clients as well.
Thank you, Chacha.
You're welcome.
Next. Alan.
Yes.
You're up.
I was sitting here thinking about that before you called on me. We're all talking about passion. When I was younger in my career, you didn't have to ask me about that. It was just automatic. We're learning and you were striving to get better. It was just the immediate thing. And then as you get later on in life in your career, we all suffer this where people get in your way, different things happen, transitions and life cycle things happen to just kind of knocks you down. And it's like anything else, it's finding your way back to the path. So that's pretty much my answer for that.
Okay, right? Way back. All right. Thank you, Alan. And I think Megan.
I think maybe the same thing as everybody else, just maybe help keep the drive, maybe when things aren't always so easy, not get discouraged.
All right. Thank you, Megan. Did we miss anybody? Eric? Yeah, we got you. We got you. Okay, I think we got everybody. So, you know, and as I go along, I will be sharing some sales tip. One of my favorite sales tips is diagnose before you prescribe. Diagnose before you prescribe. Find out what your client needs and then look for the solution. Amateur salespeople lead with, oh, I got the best pencil in the world. I got the best tool in the world. I got the best website in the world. You know, you should get on this. And then they're looking at you and saying, what are you smoking? You know, they may not say it, but they're thinking. But professional salespeople, they diagnose before they prescribe. That's why I always like to know, what do my people want from this workshop tonight? So, but I'm also very engaging. So what I like to know is, what can you do to ensure that your expectations are met? Because this is a partnership. This is an exchange. We're going to do this together. We're going to learn together. You know, what can you do to ensure that your expectations are met? Keep it simple, how do you learn? What do you do to learn? Anybody?
Read a lot. I read a lot.
Yeah. You know, and at that point, Megan, there are some things we got to read more than once to get it. To get it. So, yeah, what else? Read. Read your notes, read your handouts. What else?
Observation.
Observation. We learn by observation. Thank you, Eric. You know, we learn a lot. Have you heard the statement, monkey see, monkey do?
Never.
Yeah, what else? How do great learners learn? What do?
They fail.
Listen.
They? Eric?
So, I said they fail.
Yeah, but they learn from their mistakes. They analyze. You know, and just to give you an example of that, Eric, I had an appointment to talk to, I was in merchant credit card sales at the time in Miami, Florida. I had an appointment with this young guy. When I go there, he was not there, and I was talking to his father, who was an older man. So I'm talking about ACH and Zone Junior Excel. He looked at me and he said, I don't understand what you're saying. Get out of my office. So I got into my car, put my tail between my legs and got into my car. But I'm always analyzing. The first question I ask myself is, where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? And it occurred to me, you're using acronyms and this man has no idea what it means. And maybe he's a proud guy, he doesn't want to say he doesn't know. So I made a second appointment, and then I changed my whole style. And I encourage people, when you use an acronym, always explain what it is, especially the first time you use it. So good point, Eric. Anything else? What do great learners do? We learn from our mistakes. What else?
I was going to say you listen a lot more than you talk.
Oh my God, Diana, how true. You know, look at how this is my 5 seconds effective listening seminar. Look at how we were designed. 2 ears, 1 mouth, which is a subtle indication that we should listen twice as much as we speak. Great salespeople ask questions and listen. They ask questions and listen, and they ask W and H questions that make people think and make them answer in a statement, not yes or no. So listen, thank you. What else? What do great learners do? Now, if you notice, the handouts that you have in front of you are all with lots of space, check boxes for you to take notes. Great learners take notes, because the psychologists of learning will tell you there is a link between your brain and your hand, what you write. You tend to remember what you write down more and longer than what you say or type or text. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, so take notes, listen, and we keep an open mind. So I am going to try my best to exceed your expectations because that's my goal. At the same time, I have some expectations of my own. You know, I like to tell people I play at golf. I don't play golf. It's too hard a game, but I love it and I play at it. And every time I hit the ball, I expect it to go in the hole. It doesn't go in the hole every time, sometimes. But I have some expectations from you. First, your mind is like a parachute. It's no use unless it's open. Think about it. Think about it for a second. You jump from a plane with a parachute, you pull the string and it doesn't open. What happened? Similarly, if you come into a learning engagement and you have a closed mind, you think you're going to learn anything? You're going to have an open mind to learn anything. In your discussion, when you meet people, don't assume. You know what they say, what happens when you assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then learning is an active process. We learn the most by doing. It's an active process, it's not passive. Nobody can learn you. You got to be engaged. You got to learn for yourself. And Galileo is one of my favorite philosophers, and this is his quote: "You cannot teach a man." Well, I edited, I put woman in there because I'm biased to women. My mom was a woman. I got 3 sisters. My wife is a woman, you know. You cannot teach a man or woman anything. You can only help them to find it within themselves. And great coaches, they don't pour into their people, they draw out of their people. So you got to bring it and you got to give it so we can help you to be the best that you were designed to be. Share your ideas. You know, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of us in the room, including myself. We should all leave here tonight with at least one new idea. I hope you've already gotten a couple ideas and that you're writing them down. How many of you got a pet? Anybody?
Mm-mm.
I have too many.
No pet?
I have
I
a
do.
beta fish.
All right, Larry, what kind of pet you got?
I have dogs, cats, turtles.
You got a zoo of pets, okay. Anybody else?
I
Pets?
have a beta fish.
Fish, all right. Anybody
Have a
else?
dog.
A dog, nice, yeah. I met your dog. So I'm going to ask you to adopt a pet, okay? This pet is a pet rat. So don't get too squeamish about the rat. It's a virtual rat, it's not a real rat. The R in rat stands for retain. How do we human beings retain information?
Repetitiveness.
By repeating it. Yeah, remember we learned the alphabet? We were like 3, 4 years old when we learned the alphabet. How did we learn it? By saying it over and over. They even made us sing it. Have we forgotten it? No. If I ask you what's the 5th letter of the alphabet, you don't even have to give it a second thought. You know it's E. If I ask you what's the first letter, you know it's A. You don't even have to, because you repeat it so many times. Repetition is one of the most impactful form of learning. And then the next is, have you heard the statement, knowledge is power? Mm-hmm. Have you heard that statement? You know, that's one of the biggest BS statements I've ever heard. Knowledge only becomes powerful when it's applied. You know, you can say, I know how to do this, but until you do it, it's a waste of knowledge. It's a waste of brain space. You got to apply it. So application, and then the T in RAT stands for transfer. Share. I found out in life, people, the more I share, the more I know. The more I share, the more I know. So I encourage you to share what you learn. And that's the rat. So now, are you okay with adopting the rat? You know, I have given myself a new designation. I'm also a rat trainer. So you might get an email from me as a follow-up email soon, say your favorite rat trainer, and it might say, my dear rats, but it means retain, apply, and you know, again, repetition to help you to remember, how do I retain, how do I apply, and how do I transfer? So, you know, we are so busy. We are so busy. And we are moving around, doing, like going around in circles, like a hamster on a wheel. But we need to stop and sharpen our axes sometimes. Abraham Lincoln said, if he had an hour to cut a log, he'll take 50 minutes to sharpen his axe. You know, we all need to take that time to step aside, get out of the hustle and the bustle, and sharpen our axe. You know, in Ecclesiastes 10:10, it says, if the axe is dull and its edge unsharpened, more strength is needed, but skill will bring success. Stop and sharpen your axe. And I hope and pray that this workshop is a time for you to sharpen your axe. And when we're done, that you will feel so much more confident and enthusiastic about your life and what you do. Any thoughts, any questions? How are we doing?
Good.
All right.
Good.
So next is, we've been on a plane, right? And we've seen this mask, and they tell us that if there's a loss in oxygen in the mask, and what do they tell us to do first?
Put it on yourself.
Why?
Put it on your,
Put it on you first. Why?
because you can't help anybody if you're passed out.
Exactly. Exactly. So we all in sales people, we're busy trying to help people. We need to stop, recharge, refresh, until we can go again and help people. So why do you work? Why do people work? And you can see in the handout there, worksheet, you can check all that applies to you, but share with us, why do you work? You don't know?
I think a sense of fulfillment, and for me, hoping to do something on the daily that gives me, yeah, sense of fulfillment, motivation, and then also, of course, to save money and pay my bills.
Yeah, because I don't know how many of you here had a rich grandma or grandpa who left you a nice trust fund and money just appear in your bank account every month. Enough to, I wish, right? We have bills to pay. You know, people will tell you, well, I want to drive a nice car. I don't know anybody who want to drive a junk. You know, they want to drive a nice car. Or education. Education costs money, and some people have worked themselves through school. I admire those people. You know, I was fortunate, and when I went to college, I got a full ride, so I was fortunate about that. And then your home. Everybody likes a nice home. I don't know anybody who gets up in the morning and say, well, I'm going to go live under a bridge. You know, it's circumstances that lead us. Then, you know, family. We all have family. We belong to a family. And everybody likes to travel and go on a vacation. We have hobbies, don't we? Are these not good reasons to work? That's a question.
They're good reasons.
They're good. Are they very good reasons? So my advice to you is, you know, the what and why of things. When the what gets too much, and it will sometimes, we're not living in a perfect world. It will. Focus on the why. When the what gets too much, you're talking to an irate client or a customer service rep who is not doing his job, and you're getting upset, focus on the why. Make a why list. Have your why list. Make your own why list. Why am I doing this? Why do I'm putting so much effort? Make your why list. And don't allow circumstances to steal your passion. So that's why we work. What about who do people work for? When you meet somebody for the first time, and you say, hey, my name is Lincoln, and you are, and you answer well, I'm Alan. What's the next most popular question that people will ask?
What do you do?
What do you do? And what's the popular answer?
I don't know.
Most people will tell you, well, I work for MD Tooling, or I work for the trader, or I work for Beacon, or I work for National Transaction. They will tell you who they work for, don't they? Is that not a popular answer?
Yeah.
Or they might say, well, I'm in sales, or I'm in accounting, or I'm a pastor, and they tell you what their title is, right? Some people say, well, I'm in the government, or I work for the private sector, and in fact, some people might even give you the name of their bosses. Yeah, when we worked at Auto Trader, we had a very charismatic leader named Chip Perry. This guy was amazing. People would tell you, I work for Chip Perry. Right, Chacha?
That's correct.
Yeah, and and then the Lord. We work for the Lord. He's the one who put us here. He's the one who inspires us. He's the one who feeds us. He's the one who provides for us. We work. But at the end of the day, let's go back. Who wants to drive the new car, the nice car? Who wants to live in a nice home? Who wants to go on vacation? Who wants to provide for their family? Who wants to build a good retirement fund? Who?
I do.
So who do we work for?
Ourselves.
Ourselves. Amen. And when more and more people in this world come to that understanding and that belief and that acceptance, look at what's going to happen. Look at what's going to happen. I've interviewed a lot of people in my career, and they come to the interview. Some of them, they were trained, and then they will say things like, well, why should I hire you? I used to like to ask that question. They will tell me, well, I want to make a contribution. I want to make a difference. I want to grow with your company. And I'm excited about this opportunity. I want to help you build this business, build your team, da, da, da. And then we hire them, and within a week or two, you wonder what happened. What happened to this person? They're just showing up. Google this song, The Motions by Matthew West. The Motions by Matthew West. Too many people are just going through the motions. Remember that little video I showed you? They're settling. And they forget how important what they do. Colossians 3:23-24 says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Many times people get discouraged because they say, well, nobody is observing what I do. Nobody is appreciating what I do. But then you got to remember there's somebody greater than all these people who is seeing what you do every day, who knows what you do, and who will reward you in the time comes. And for we are co-workers in God's service. You are God's field and God's building. We are co-workers. Imagine that. What an honor and a privilege. It's a partnership. I have been going around the country before this COVID thing, and I've been firing a lot of people. And I fire people from their current title. You're an account executive, you're fired. You're a vice president, you're fired. You're the president, you're fired. But I want to rehire you as a trusted business partner. My advice to you is to give yourself that title. trusted business partner. In sales, get yourself off the vendor list. Get yourself off the vendor list and go to your customers and says, sir, ma'am, I've been fired as a sales rep, but then I want to be your trusted business partner. What do I have to do to earn that title with you? And shut up and listen. Shut up and listen and take notes and see how that separates you from the rest of the competition. They've never heard that before. Nobody has ever come to them like that before. No, I want to be your business partner, your trusted business. You don't have to pay me. I just want to be able here to contribute and to be your trusted business partner. So you, look at all your partners, you, your company, your clients, your family, your friends, we all in this together. And of late, that's a very popular theme. We're all in this together. It's a partnership. So what does the word passion mean to you? When I say passion, what word comes to your mind? Passion.
Desire.
Fire. Yep. What else?
Resilience.
Resilience. Passion.
Conviction.
Conviction. Passion. Nothing? Megan?
Maybe desire.
Desire. Yeah. Passion. What else?
Meaning?
Feeling. Yeah. Passion.
Intensity.
What's that?
Intensity.
Intensity. Yeah. I'm looking for a 4-letter word. Passion. That was a hint. Passion.
Love.
Love. Thank you. Love. But you know, when we want to know the meaning of a word, we go to this guy's book, Webster's dictionary. And I looked it up because I want to validate what I'm about to share with you. Passion, according to Webster, feeling, it's a feeling, it's warmth, it's heart, fire, fervor, it's intensity, ecstasy, enthusiasm, earnestness, gusto, eagerness. And the question we need to ask ourselves is, can we feel this way about what we do most of the times? Most, because we're human, most of the time. Feeling warmth. You know, the social and emotional intelligence gurus will tell you that 80% of how we perform, how we behave is impacted by our emotions, how we feel. You know, in an interview on ESPN, they had with Walt Chamberlain, who is the greatest basketball, scored the most points, still has the record, 100 points in a game. They asked him, what's the main difference between a journeyman and a superstar? And his reply was spirit or passion. Spirit or passion, that's what the main difference. I mean, look at the superstars. You can see the passion in their game. You can see the passion. You can actually feel it when you see them play or perform. The main difference between a journeyman and a superstar is the passion. So my next question to you is, what do you have a passion for? What do you like to do? If time was not an issue and you had all the money you could have, what would you be doing right now?
Surfing.
Surfing, all right.
Traveling.
Say it.
Traveling.
Traveling, yeah. Any special place, Donna?
Oh gosh, just all over.
All over, okay. Anybody else? What would you be doing right now?
Camping in
Charitable.
Montana.
In Montana?
Baking.
What? Baking? All right. What's your specialty?
Desserts.
Dessert. Okay. Sugar-free?
Oh,
I gotta watch my sugar intake.
my
So,
cheat have that much sugar in it.
Anybody else? What would you be doing right now?
I'd be doing charity.
Charity. Wow. Yeah, for me, I would, I'll be going to Pebble Beach. I've always wanted to play that golf course. I've never played it yet. So one day I might get to play, but that's, what I like to do. I enjoy playing sports all my life. I've played a sport. Now at my age, I can play golf with little risk of hurting myself. Sometimes the heart is willing, but the body is weak. So think about transferring that feeling to what you do every day. And think about it. Before we do anything, we have to think about it. So, a lot of people say they like spending time with family. That's one of the most popular answers I get. Playing a sport, traveling, going to church. They love doing that. I hear a lot of my people are saying they can't wait for when they can go back into the church building. So we all have our things that we like to do that we are very passionate about. So would you agree that people who have a passion for what they do enjoy what they do?
Yes.
Yes.
Experience less stress?
Yeah.
Yeah, think about it. Work can be very stressful if you let it stress you out. Work can be very stressful if you let it stress you out. I've never met a human being who says to me, Lincoln, I don't have enough stress. I need some more. Can you give me some? No, we're all looking to be stress-free, peace of mind, and get more done. That's, people have a passion for what they do. So what do you think is going to happen? What will happen if people develop a passion for the Lord and for life and for sales? What do you think is going to happen? What are the results?
You would excel in life.
Yeah. What else?
More fulfilled people.
More fulfilled people. What do you think is going to happen to the morale in organizations and companies and churches and families? What do you think is going to happen to the morale?
Increase.
Everybody's going, walking around like, smiling and happy. And it never failed to amaze me how two people can be walking side by side and they don't even say hello. They don't acknowledge one another, kind of deal. As if they're carrying a big load on their shoulders. So what about production? What about bottom line, profit? What about your sales? What do you think is going to happen? Yeah, because passion is contagious. People buy from people who are excited about what they're doing. And it's contagious. You get your clients and your customers excited about what you're doing, let them feel and observe your excitement, and let them enjoy your excitement, and they're going to buy anything you have, anything you're trying to sell them. You heard the statement, some guys, they're so good they can sell ice to an Eskimo?
Yes.
Yeah, it's because they're passionate about what they do, and they're genuine and they're truthful. So having a passion for what you do is a matter of choice, not circumstances. The human being, and you'll hear me say this again sometime, is the only living creation, organism that has the power of free will to choose. Think about that for a minute. To choose, to adapt. So enjoy what you're doing while you're doing it until you can do better. Enjoy what you're doing. Find a way. We find what we look for. Enjoy what you're doing while you're doing it until you can do better. It could be worse, Take a look at that. Every time you think you're having it bad, there's always somebody who has it worse than you. So What do you have a passion for? You remember your passion meter? How did you guys feel about your scores? You don't have to share your exact score, but how did you feel?
It was accurate.
Accurate. Okay.
41.
41. Good job, Eric. That's a sweet spot, and that's where you want to be. You want to be in the sweet spot. And always remember, I will always caution you, spread the passion around. You know, there are some people who are so workaholic, you know, and you've heard them and read about them, they die in their office. They get a heart attack in their office. And everything else around them is neglected. So spread the passion. Find a hobby, something that you like to do. Work is good, but it's not the end all. Find a passion. So the question is, how can a person develop a passion for what he or she does in life, work, the church, the Lord, and in sales? Well, here's a 7.5-step process that I'm going to, today I'm going to share with you step 1. And that's pride. Take pride in your job. Now, this pride I'm talking about is not the hoity-toity chip on your shoulder. I got the corner office. I'm driving a $100,000 car kind of deal. I live in a big, not that type of pride. No, this is a personal pride. A personal pride. You know, and I found this acronym for the pride I'm trying to share with you. Personal responsibility in delivering excellence. Now, tell me, excuse me, how often have you done something? Maybe you wrote a memo or an article, and then you looked at it and you said, that's not going to work, that's not good enough, I can do better than that. Have you ever done that before? Yeah, that's the type of pride I'm talking about. Let me share with you a true story. I'm not good with my hands in terms of, you know, plumbing and electrical and that in the house, but one of the fluorescent lamp in the closet broke and it couldn't work. It did not need bulbs, it just need replacing. So I called one of my friends who I know, he's an engineer, and he came over, and his name is Stan, and he put it up. And we flipped the switch and it worked, but it was it was not straight, it was at an angle. And he looked at it and I said, Stan, don't worry about it. It's working. It's producing the light. It's doing what we put it up to do. And he left my home that evening, went home. He called me the next morning. Lincoln, I need to come back. I said, why? He said, I need to fix that. I need to straighten that. I said, Stan, but it's working. You don't need to. He said, no. I could hardly sleep last night. That's the type of pride I'm talking about. I didn't pay him. He was doing a favor to me, but he wanted to do it right and to the best of his ability. You know, proud to stand behind or in front of their work. You know, my friend Chacha just built a website for me. She upgraded my website, and I can hear whenever I talk to her that she's proud of the work she does. Megan, I can tell you from personal experience, takes pride in what she goes the extra mile all the time. Take pride in what you do. People will honor you. They will want to do business with you. You know, Dale Carnegie said, better than my best, I cannot do. Less than my best, I will not do. So, you know, appreciate the importance of what you do. Too many people do not appreciate the importance of what you do. They will tell you, oh, it's just a job. But think about, if you didn't do what you're doing, or you did a half-baked job, how would that impact the company? You know, what will happen if salespeople don't sell? What will happen?
The company would suffer.
Company will go under, yeah. The company can have a full warehouse of merchandise. If they don't move that, eventually they're going to have a fire sale, close the business down. Mm-hmm. Inventors can invent the best whatever, but if a salesperson don't sell it, It's a waste. So think about the importance of what you do. Then garbage collectors, maybe you might think it's the worst job, but what happens when they don't pick up the garbage? How do you feel? And in my neighborhood, Thursday morning is garbage day. We put the garbage out on Wednesday night, and then sometimes they don't come and everybody is complaining.
Mm-hmm.
Then the garbage collector becomes very important. Teachers don't teach. Mechanics don't fix cars, or they fix it halfway. Nurses don't take care of the sick. Undertakers don't bury the dead. Farmers don't plant. Think about, these janitors don't clean. You don't do what you are paid to do, etc., etc. Take pride in what you do. Take a look at this. What kind of car is that? Anybody recognize that car?
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini, yeah. You like it?
No.
No.
I admire your honesty. Well, what's the price of one of those cars? Anybody have an idea? A couple $100,000, right?
Yeah.
Now think about it. It's beautiful. It's got a lovely line. Look at the rims, very nice color. That's what people see when they look at it. You start it up, it can go a couple 100 miles an hour, but think about a fuse. If that fuse drops out, if that fuse is not totally engaged, would that car go anywhere?
No, probably not.
And even if it goes, it will be stumbling and struggling but nobody sees the fuse. And that's why some people in the background, and especially in customer service, in their cubes, they feel, well, nobody cares, and that's why we salespeople especially, we need to recognize these people. We need to encourage them. I remember when I was a sales manager, our customer service department, we were in Fort Lauderdale, and they were in Long Beach, in Long Island, New York. Every month, I would send a $100 check to the manager of the customer and tell him, buy pizza for your people for lunch. Show them appreciation. I've been to 37 countries all over the world. I've engaged with many different cultures, and I can tell you there's one thing common about all our human beings. We appreciate appreciation. And somebody once said, a recognition and appreciation should be served like champagne when it's still bubbling. Catch people doing a good thing and recognize them. And that will encourage them to continue and to do more. Make sense?
Yes.
So, pride, see the big picture. And in one of your handouts, number 5, well, it says number 6, but that's a mistake, it's number 5. Write your big picture, what you do, your mission statement, because that will clarify for you. That will give you a clear vision of what you're all about. So that's one of the things I'd like for you to do if you don't do anything else, to write your big picture. How does what you do impact others around you? How does it impact your customers, your family, the world, the big picture? And then you'll learn to appreciate more and take more pride in what you do. So we're coming to the end of this session. Do you have any, do you have any, stop sharing. Okay. Comments, thoughts? How is this for you so far?
I liked it. So
Thank you, Sarah.
exciting and really thought-provoking. I felt each slide had something
That's the key.
I wanted to jot down.
Yeah, and that was my intention. My father once told me stagnant water soon loses its purity and in cold weather becomes frozen. So too inactivity saps the vigor of the mind. Keep thinking, keep challenging yourselves, keep stretching yourselves. What else? Any comments?
Lincoln, I always pick up nuggets every time I take one of your courses, and one of the things that really stood out for me in this workshop session is the trusted business partner. It's not just with clients, but with coworkers, with staff, with everyone. Us kind of taking a look at things and looking at each other as trusted business partners.
Yeah.
I thought was a nice nugget.
Great.
That you gave today.
Very good. Anybody else? Is there one thing that you picked up tonight that is like the wow kind of factor?
Well, I do have to say something. This is Diana, and I'll tell you, I've noticed the past couple of months I've been struggling, and I haven't let this COVID stuff bother me. I mean, I've been going on just like normal. However, it just hit me tonight that I have forgotten why it is I do what I do, and it's because I love it and because I love people, and I love doing the job that I do enables them to be more productive and make more money and help them grow their business. And and just in the course of the day-to-day stuff, because right now we're just taking care of day-to-day stuff, and so it's you forget, like I said, when it gets to be mundane, you forget. It's like, why am I doing this? And then it just made me think tonight because I really love it. So thank you for that.
No, and I believe you because I know you and I know you love it. I can validate that statement. Anybody else would like to share?
I liked what you said about when the what gets too much, sometimes focus on why. I thought that was helpful.
Thank you, Megan. Okay, if nobody else have any comments to add, thank you for being with us tonight. We went a little over tonight because it's the first session and we spent some time in, getting to know one another. I promise you next week we will stay within the 1 hour period. And next week we will talk about attitude, mindset. So I'll be sending you the handouts before, and please review what we've learned tonight. And next week we will share again. And you all have my email address. You all have my contact. If you have a question or you need to share something, you need to bounce something off of me, please feel free to reach out. No cost to you. Now I know you. I've seen you, but I know some of you before. So we connected, and I'm here for you. Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night. Have a very good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye-bye.